Alright, hello YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, right now we're gonna react to Joe Biden acceptance speech. A lot of people told me it will be fucking interesting to say the least. I'm kind of a little tipsy, so excuse me. Anyways, we got, looks like it's 12 minutes. See what it's about.
This is an ABC News special report. Now reporting.
And my headphones are off, so give me a second. There you go, it's back on.
David Muir.
Good morning, everyone. We're coming on the air because President Biden is addressing the election. Let's listen.
Oh, you gotta see this too.
Thank you.
I'll put it right here.
Good to see this cabinet and staff together. Thank you.
Yo, off the bat, he genuinely looks fucking happy. But look at the smile on his face. Look at this. Do you see the smile on his face? Hold on, let me see. Let me make it bigger. Look at the smile on his face. Come on, man. My man is genuinely happy that Trump won.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please.
I said it in my last video, he voted for him. I'm telling you, he voted for him.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It's good to see you all. Particularly good to see my granddaughter sitting in the front row here. Finn, how are you, honey? For over 200 years, America has carried out the greatest experiment in self-government in the history of the world. That's not hyperbole, that's a fact. We're the people. The people vote and choose their own leaders, and they do it peacefully. And we're in a democracy. The will of the people always prevails. Yesterday, I spoke with President-elect Trump to congratulate him on his victory. And I assured him that I'd direct
The guy that he called Hitler like 2 minutes ago
my entire administration
and called his supporters garbage.
to work with his team to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition. That's what the American people deserve. Yesterday, I also spoke with Vice President Harris. She's been a partner, public servant. She ran an inspiring
Look at this
campaign, and
beauty.
everyone got to see something that I learned early on to respect so much, her character. She has a backbone like a ramrod. She has great character, true character. She gave her whole heart effort. She and her entire team should be proud of the campaign they ran. You know, the struggle for the soul of America, since our very founding, has always been an ongoing debate and still vital today. I know for some people,
Is it me or does he look fucking energetic? Bright. You know what I mean? Like this is the most energetic Joe Biden that I've seen in the last 4 years.
it's a time for victory, to state the obvious. For others, it's a time of loss. Campaigns are contests of competing visions. The country chooses
true.
one or the other. We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win.
Ooh. That's deep. That's deep. That is deep. Wow. You can't love your country only when you win. That's the same thing goes to sport teams, right? You can't love your team only when they win.
You can't
That's a bar.
love your neighbor only when you agree.
Yeah.
Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Bring down the temperature. I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system. It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose. I also hope we can restore the respect for all our election workers who busted their necks, took risks at the outset. We should thank them. Thank them for staffing voting sites, counting the votes, protecting the very integrity of the election. Many of them are volunteers who do it simply out of love for their country. And And as they did their duty as citizens, I will do my duty as president. I'll fulfill my oath, and I will honor the Constitution. On January 20th, we'll have a peaceful transfer of power here in America. To all our incredible staff, supporters, cabinet members, all the people who've been hanging out with me for the last 4 years, God love you, as my mother would say. Thank you so much. You put so much into the past 4 years. I know it's a difficult time. You're hurting. I hear you and I see you. Don't forget all that we accomplished. It's been a historic presidency. Not because I'm president, because what we've done, what you've done. Presidency for all Americans.
Horrible shit.
Much of the work we've done is already being felt by the American people, but the vast majority of it will not be felt over the next 10 years. We have legislation we passed that's just only now just really kicking in. We're going to see over $1 trillion worth of infrastructure work done, changing people's lives in rural communities and communities that are in real difficulty, because it takes time to get it done.
Nah.
So much more. It's going to take time, but it's there. The road ahead is clear, assuming we sustain it.
Is it?
There's so much we can get done and will get done based on the way the legislation was passed. And it's truly historic. You know, we're leaving behind the strongest economy in the world. I know people are still hurting, but things are changing rapidly.
I think that's a lie, but I like everything else he said.
Together, we've changed America for the better. Now we have 74 days to finish the term, our term. Let's make every day count. That's the responsibility we have to the American people. Look, folks, you all know it. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable. We all get knocked down. But the measure of our character, as my dad would say, is how quickly we get back up.
That's deep.
Remember, a defeat does not mean we are defeated. We lost this battle. The America of your dreams is calling for you to get back up. That's the story of America for over 240 years and counting. It's a story for all of us, not just some of us. The American experiment endures.
Man, my dream is to see a united nation. I know it's very tough, you know. The division is too deep. And I give a lot of that, I blame a lot of that on media. I think the media has divided this country to an area that will take 10 years to recover. You know, it's actually sad. Like I mentioned it in my earlier video, there is a lot of people that, you know, that I have lost connection with over me supporting Trump, which I think it's a huge mistake. And I'm not saying on their part, I'm saying generally speaking, it shouldn't be the case. You know, part of democracy is to have a conversation where we can discuss the areas that we disagree on and move along and live our life together. I'm certain of it. From both sides, whether you're left or right, if you look into other things that you might have in common with, you'll be surprised how many things you can agree on. Just because you don't agree on a certain political scheme or whatever the case may be, it doesn't mean that you disagree with each other on everything. That's why I always tell people, you know, just have an open mind. Just listen to the other person. See where their disagreement is coming from. And, you know, give them your argument. And if they agree with it, that's great. If they don't, then you know, just learn from that experience and move along, and you should never, never, ever, ever hate them for it. So, yeah.
We're going to be okay. But we need to stay engaged. We need to keep going. And above all, we need to keep the faith. I'm so proud to have worked with all of you. I really mean it. I sincerely mean it. God bless you all. God bless America. And may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
President Biden in the Rose Garden to applause there at the White House. His first
Look at that
comments
smile.
after the election, the loss of the election by Vice
Look at that
President
smile.
Kamala Harris. President-elect Donald Trump. He spoke at the phone call with him.
Look at that.
He spoke of the vice president as well, calling her a
Look at that
partner,
smile, bro.
saying the
My man is
country
happy.
wants to see a side of her he has known since
Look
he's
at
been working with her. Her character, her true character. He said Kamala Harris gave her whole heart, that she should be proud. But of this election, he said, we accept the choice the American people have made.
Shut the fuck up. I know what he said. Bro, he looks genuinely happy. I'm not even capping. Like, he looks happy. He looks very happy. I have never seen Joe Biden this happy ever before. I think he's happy that Trump won. Imagine, like, you know, a few years later, we hear, you know, that he voted for him. Like, you know, Biden voted for Trump. That would be hilarious. Anyways, there isn't much to say here. You know, I appreciate the sentiment of Joe Biden just saying, you know, it will be a peaceful transfer. But at the same time, you did call him Hitler like literally 3 days ago. And you called all of his supporters garbage. So I hope that, you know, they gotta stop this dirty, you know, hidden below the belt fucking, you know, I can't think of it. Let me take another sip. I'll let you know in a second. They gotta stop hidden below the belt on this political shit. People somehow gotta be honest and just compare policies and move on. Not attack each other other ways. Share, like, and subscribe. Peace.